is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Off play action, Tannehill. It's caught by Hooper. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Titans. Austin Hooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And this is good. Our score is 7-0 Tennessee. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. Oh, what a juke into space. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Texans. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Tannehill now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Malik Collins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
That's taken on the 25. .45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. At the 31-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cortland Sutton, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans have moved out in front. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Play action. It's Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Camu Cruz-Hill getting in there and taking him down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now it's Tannehill.
That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he takes this just a few catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. To the air again, Tannehill. And it's a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods from 10 yards out.
And the Titans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
First down, Mills.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A first down throw for Mills.
And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Mills to the air again. This is caught. Touchdown. Corey Blasingame from 3 yards out. And the Texans are in for 6. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The give to the fullback on the dive. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Mills to throw it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Cortland Sutton, as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take it knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon...
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Mills' throw taken in by Cooks. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll have the first line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Woods.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he rifles one incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Mills on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morrison. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Here's Mills. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
3 yards remain for second down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up. Again, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Morrison, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They run the counter. It's Morrison. And some room to work. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Townsend, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Tannehill. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Mason. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Tannehill. Caught by Woods. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. And he'll just get rid of it. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game.
And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Morrison. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage.